you have sectors within your industry or trades that you think should have an apprenticeship, because you then get grants for those of you in scope for construction skills, there are opportunities to develop those apprenticeships. You need a strong stomach and a firm heart to do it, because we've just done one, it's a flipping nightmare. But at the end of it, we end up with an apprenticeship that we can train the future of our industry. Just to demonstrate how poor as a whole industry we are, a couple of years ago, 43,000 kids applied for an apprenticeship in our industry. We employ 2.2 million people. We're 8% of GDP. 43,000 kids applied. The industry offered them 8,000 places. The best employers of apprentices are SMEs. Well, that makes sense because we're the ones who employ and actually train the workforce. We need to do better if we want a future. We've currently got over 1,000 apprentices displaced because their employers have had to let them go because of the current economic climate. So we've invested in those, we've trained them, and now we're about to lose them. So certainly something for you as businesses to look to the future is we need to be training our workforce now. And working with Yasmin, working with the PCA, we can give you access to the right grants. As some of you in scope to construction skills, those of you who work in the commercial construction sector must be in scope to construction skills. There is money there that is yours to claim, to train. They don't necessarily have to be apprentices, but you also get apprenticeship grants if you train. It is going to be vital. Otherwise, in 2 years' time, on the upturn, we are not going to have any more. And we're going to be back to importing workers, and they ain't going to want to come next time because their own countries are more stable and now providing jobs. And we are going to be back, you having to look, who are you going to employ? And more businesses go out of business in the upturn after a recession than on the downturn. That's a fact. So we need to start preparing, because there is going to be an upturn. It will come eventually, and those of you who lived through a recession before know we come out the other side. So I'm just about finished, having covered quite a few things. And what can you do? Don't go away from here and say, oh, that was really nice, that was great, and do nothing. You don't have to do everything. What would be most important to your business? Doing something on payment, getting 30-day payment terms in every single one of your contracts and sticking to them, and taking action when you're not paid within 30 days. Something easy you can do is sign up to the Fair Payment Campaign, fairpaymentcampaign.co.uk. I can then lobby government. That's why we've got Lord Mandelson's 10-day payment terms. That's how we've got the charter, because we can speak very loudly and very firmly with clear evidence that the specialist sector wants fair payment. Create your own builder's profile. Give it a punt, 199 quid a day to put all the information in, and let's see if we can get rid of all these pre-qualification questionnaires. My aim within the next 2 to 3 years is for you never to have to fill in a pre-qualification form again. Blimey, wouldn't that be nice? And lastly, train the workforce. Are you taking advantage of what is available to your firm in terms of the benefits of training? Talk to the people who have trainees and apprentices, they'll tell you it's worthwhile. And are you claiming your grant? If you pay the levy, you should be claiming at least the same back in grant. If you're not, you're either not claiming enough or you're not training enough. But you're doing something wrong. The levy should not actually cost you as a business. So it is a bit of a call to action for specialist contractors out there. And I think certainly picking up these 3 points will help you to survive the downturn, and overall will make us have a better industry for you and your businesses. Thank you very much for your attention. Now I have to run after this. If anyone's got any questions, Mark, am I at liberty to say? I think I've got a minute or two. If
Can I just say, you're an inspiration for our industry. And, you know, just before these questions, I think we should all give her a round of applause, don't you?
Now that is from a woman that I admire and know exactly what she's capable of. So thank you very much.
I admire you tremendously for what you've just done, and what you're doing is brilliant.
Thank you.
Sorry, carry on.
I'm happy to take any questions. If you're not ready to ask any questions, don't have any questions, pitch them to Yasmin at a later date. She knows how to get hold of me, and I'm more than happy to talk to any of you at any time about it.
So should the PCA try and investigate a special rate on builder's profile for us? Yes, please. Yeah. you are spending, well, I know in my business we spend at least one person filling out those pre-qualified questionnaires. At least 300 a year.
What I would say on that is, it is in our gift to do it, and I can't promise by the end of next week we'll have solved the problem, but we've taken control of it. You can take control of it and not let it be dictated to us. We can really do something about it.
The other thing that we do, sorry John.
I was just going to ask the question on the builder's profile. Are you also approaching local authorities with regard to dealing with their
Yeah, we have a whole presentation on the builder's profile. We do two things on there because we've split the questionnaire from the accreditation. Yes, we're talking to, actually most local authorities use a scheme, either Safe Contractor or EXOR or CHAS, and we're actually in deep discussions with CHAS, and there's an awful lot of work gone on to mix the CHAS form with our form, because ideally we just want them to, we're just a data exchange. We're just stopping you having to fill in that questionnaire. And if they would accept that data, and CHAS have said yes, and we've actually put the CHAS questions in, so if you fill that in all in one go, and somebody says you need to be CHAS, you can bang your pre-qual over to, you can bang your builder's profile over to them. At this stage, you will still have to pay the CHAS fee or the accreditation fee, because that is commercial interest side. That's my next, let me get this one done. But yes, we're talking to all of those. We're talking to construction line as well, because what we want to do is stop you filling in the forms. And if they will accept your data, if you then choose to pay to be accredited because you want to work on, for that company, that's the commercial choice. And I'm hoping that the main contractors will say, well, they've done it on the questionnaire, shouldn't we now do it and choose which is going to be our accreditation scheme and do it? But if they have to, when we get there, we'll do it. So we are, because I recognise that local authorities are a key client, certainly maybe in this room.
Do any members have any ideas how to get out of retentions? So everybody pays, allows retentions, do they? Membership?
No, I don't. I don't allow them to have any. If they don't pay a retention, they don't get the guarantee.
There's my man!
Exactly, yeah.
You should all be lining for, absolutely. Have you run a business? You're not reasonably successful?
Yes.
Nice car in the car park?
We negotiate every single contract out of retentions. We use our guarantee and our GPT guarantee because we're giving them a 20-year guarantee. They've got more than 7 years. They're more than 7, whatever it is.
Yeah. How many of you, I know we're now running up, how many of you use that guarantee? Because my roofers have it and they're the same, they don't use it. The guarantee supersedes the retention. They have no argument for retention. If your work is defective, there's a problem with your work, you have a guarantee against that. Do you tell your main contractors that? I should
We
tell
should.
now.
We should. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.